Morning, folks. This is Erik coming from Kansas again. Someday I'm going to learn how to record video from my computer screens instead of from a phone looking at a computer screen. But anyway, one day, do a little short video here on an article I read here recently in the online or the electronic version of power that I get. Get it free because I work for a company that's in the power plant industry, which is nice. But another way I keep up with power plant industry trends. So I thought this was related to what stuff I do for my hobby. That is backup power, solar power, those kinds of things. So I thought you'd be interested in it. So this article, they're giving a lot of praise to an effort in California where I think it was last year during some wildfires, where they were able to use power plant distribution equipment to ride through some power outages last year, but this kind of goes along with my pet peeve theme, but it's kind of a new pet peeve I've got, I guess. But it's kind of some news anyway. But if you read here at the bottom of this intro picture here, they mention what's something else here. They mention VPPs. So if you see this in the future, I wanted to review it here with you. So they say enter virtual power plants. And they said basically the need for demand response programs, particularly those that help stabilize the grid, is evident as electricity customers seek a more reliable power supply. I totally agree with that. All the solar and wind we've got and everything else, it's not very useful unless you have battery storage or some kind of energy storage to help you ride through when those are not available. To help make that electricity supply more reliable and stable. But it says enter virtual power plants, a way for communities to take a real role in their electricity usage. A VPP proved its metric during the California power emergency in 2020. And they go through here. There's some other points they made here. They use electric vehicle charging stations, i.e. vehicles plugged into those charging stations. They used some other battery energy storage, and they said drivers can collect rewards from being plugged into these charging stations that are interactive. So basically what this is just it's this grid to vehicle battery energy storage that power companies can use to draw from when power plants are peaked or solar and wind are available, to help stabilize the grid, voltage and phase and all that good stuff, to help the power grid keep running. But I find it interesting they called it, this used to be called vehicle to grid or something like that a few years back. I don't know why it changed, but they call it now virtual power plants, VPPs. This is the first time I've seen this term. I don't know if this is going to continue or not, but if you see this in the future, just be aware of this. I do not agree with this virtual power plant term at all. To me, a power plant actually creates electrical power and sends it to the grid. You can do that through solar, through wind, you can do that with coal, natural gas, nuclear, geothermal, whatever, hydropower. But this article is all talking about using cars with batteries in them to stabilize the grid and some other battery energy storage stationary locations in California, probably close to substations. So it's all talking about using battery energy storage. It's a couple pages long here. They don't talk about anything in here that actually creates power, i.e., peaking stations like reciprocating engines or simple cycle combustion turbines or anything like that. That could be brought online in a moment's notice. They talk about battery energy storage as being a virtual power plant, and I just kind of laugh at it. You either are creating power or you isn't. So I thought you'd get a kick out of this. I guess I don't know if you can, maybe out there can download this and read it for free, but I could probably send this to you if you ask. But this is quite an interesting topic, calling battery energy storage. Now, battery energy storage is apparently a power plant. So anyway, keep an eye out for that if you pay attention to what's going on in the news of renewable energy and energy storage. So anyway, I'd bring that to you today. If you get a kick out of that, let me know, or if you have any more questions on that, let me know. But I don't plan to hook up my electric car anytime soon to this kind of stuff. So another thing I want to mention was, this, they make a big deal out of people connecting their cars to this and helping out the community, which is fine if you want to do that. And you also, get rewarded apparently, at least in California, if you do that. But boy, to me, I don't know what you all think about the sign of the times these days. Sorry about the camera jumpiness. Hand is getting tired. But I am not a fan of this. So the whole reason that I made a solar system and battery backup power is so I could not be dependent on the grid and have make our own source of power if anything ever happens. And plus, in times are good, use it, with the grid to just save some money and have fun seeing how much money we can save. If I did this, I would be going in the exact opposite direction. You basically plug your car in and hope the power company doesn't drain your whole stinking battery. So I don't know what agreements they have. I don't know if they only discharge the car down to 50% and that's all for they do it. But or if you want to connect your battery bank, you have stationary battery bank in your house, like a Tesla Powerwall or some other Generac Powerwalls out there. If you want to connect those to the grid, maybe my guest, if you make some money off of that, that's all fine and dandy. But boy, the reason a lot of people are putting this stuff in is to, at least from what I see in the DIY community or the prepping community, I guess, is to not be dependent on the grid. And this is going in the exact opposite direction if you do stuff like this with your electric car. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents on that subject. So yeah, just be aware of these virtual power plants. It's just another way to be connected and be dependent on somebody else, from my point of view. And they're using the wrong terms of what this really is. So anyway, hope that was interesting and enjoy that. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Grace and peace be with you, and we will talk to you later. Bye for now.